the Daily Wire. Here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Her final sign-off from the show, Brett Cooper says, I'm out of here.
Some of you have heard the rumors online, and the rumors are mostly true. Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire. It is not.
In this video, Benny Johnson discusses the recent parting of ways between the Daily Wire and Brett Cooper. He questions not only why Brett Cooper left the Daily Wire, but also why there always seems to be secrecy around the Daily Wire and personnel moves. With that, let's watch Benny Johnson go off on the secretive actions of the Daily Wire.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. A family feud is going on right now inside of the Daily Wire. We're going to be talking about some of our friends today. I'm not really friends, but people who we've met professionally that we like. Brett Cooper is one of them. She just couldn't be nicer. The one time we met her. And some of the people at the Daily Wire are friends and colleagues we've known for a long time. But the Daily Wire is often a place of controversy, and a lot of people have some very hot takes about the place. Some of it is inspired by Steven Crowder and the blow-up with Steven Crowder's deal and contract negotiations with the Daily Wire that became quite public and shocked quite a few people. And some people were also shocked at the Candace exit from the Daily Wire, but this isn't the only exit that's going to make a lot of news. In 2024, what came as a shock to most of the internet was that Brett Cooper left her very popular show called The Comment Section just a few days ago. Now, I wasn't going to comment on this because, quite frankly, it's just none of my business, and I don't really have a dog in this fight necessarily. But then I did an AI search for Brett Cooper on Grok AI, and I realized that Grok was giving me rom-com from the 1990s Dawson Creek Brett Cooper. I was like, what's going on here? Very interesting. Brett Cooper, are you a Dawson Creek's cast member? The mystery gets worse. You have to actually draw female Brett Cooper to actually get Brett Cooper as you and I know her. But you can solve everything by just saying draw Ben Shapiro with long brown hair. There you go. You just they could have just swapped her show out with Ben in a wig. That's all you needed. You just have to take some estrogen pills and you got yourself a new Brett Cooper. They could have solved themselves a lot of drama at the Daily Wire. Well, here we go.
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the announcement made a couple days ago. It's got nearly 10 million views here on X, and it's got a million more views on YouTube. It's true, I'm leaving the Daily Wire, and here's what you should know. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because it's quite interesting in the ecosystem. We play and obviously work inside of the same YouTube conservative media ecosystem. However, we are 100% independent as a show, and the Daily Wire has obviously their own model, right? Which is far more of like a franchise model. And so the way that other people run this model is, I think, interesting to us and to many people online and their personalities, like Brett Cooper, Matt Walsh, like get obviously big fandoms, and people like them and really like their content. I'm included in those people, right? So it's like, what's going on exactly when Brett Cooper says, I'm leaving the Daily Wire? Here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Her final sign-off from the show, Brett Cooper says, I'm out of here.
Some of you have heard the rumors online, and the rumors are mostly true. Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire. It is not true that I am being forced out. It was my own choice to leave. And believe me, this is bittersweet. I have had the most unbelievable 3 years helping to craft the show, building this community, and telling stories and sharing the truth every day. Through the comment section, you all have made me braver, more articulate, more thoughtful, more hopeful than I could have ever imagined. And I'm grateful that we spent this time together. And I'm grateful that the Daily Wire gave us a platform to grow this community. But at this point in my life, I am ready to take on a new direction, both personally and professionally. This
is what she says. So I made a decision to step away from this show. Okay? And she says, you know what? No hard feelings, but I'm out of here, right? Which was an interesting move. I mean, again, like, this is a successful...
I almost forgot to stop the video because I'm just as interested in this topic and confused by it as maybe some of you are. You know, from Brett Cooper leaving the Daily Wire and this announcement that she's just made that we just watched. I mean, I think in most circumstances you would just take her at her word. But, and I'm not necessarily throwing shade at the Daily Wire, it just seems like he said, whether it's Candace Owens, Steven Crowder, I mean, that was obviously the flame of Steven Crowder's beef with the Daily Wire was fanned by him. But it seems like Brett Cooper's departure on its face just doesn't make a ton of sense, solely for the fact that the show's extremely successful. She's extremely popular. I think that those who dislike her are in a very small minority. She's just an extremely likable person. I'm a fan of hers. I think she's really talented. It just seems odd to part ways with a career and a show that is, I haven't seen the numbers, but I'm assuming close to the height of its success. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But again, Brett Cooper seems like an honorable person, and her saying that it was her choice and she wasn't forced out or anything, and she has no hard feelings. And then Jeremy Boring getting on there and saying, we think the world of Brett. They're saying all the right things, but the move just seems odd to me. But I realize I don't know everyone's business. I don't know their personal lives. I don't know what their negotiations were like. I don't know anything, really. I have to just be honest about that. I don't know anything besides what I see that's put out either by the Daily Wire or Brett Cooper or other creators like Benny Johnson just commenting on it. So I just want to get back into this video to see if it will provide any clarity, or if Benny Johnson has any theories that seem credible. So let's get back to the video.
Full show. And it's got 4+ million subs on YouTube, and it's done well, right? And it's got a loyal fan base. Brett Cooper signing off.
Cannot come soon enough. January 20th can't come soon enough. So with that, guys, I am going to head on out. Thank you so much for building this amazing channel and this amazing community with me. I'll see you guys soon. We'll stay in touch.
So the interesting part about this that I find particularly fascinating is that many people said that this was going to happen well ahead of the moment that it happened. The word is they're forcing Brett Cooper out of the way, says Ian Carroll. Well, it turns out that he was right. He relied on a number of anonymous sources saying that this was going to happen, right? Well, I mean, the results speak for themselves. She left a couple days later, right? And the rumor mill was right on this one. What is the exact reason why Brett Cooper left the Daily Wire? We don't know. I'd like to find out. It's not that I haven't asked. It's just that everybody has been locked down by, contracts, threats of lawsuits, and so on. You might recall that Candace Owens had a gag order put on her by a judge when she was popping off on the Daily Wire. So this is something they can and do in these kind of situations. So them's the breaks, right? I wish it was more forthcoming about what actually happened. But according to the public statements, everyone just went their separate ways after what seems to be a disagreement. And it has to be a disagreement because clearly these kind of things don't blow up on their own, right? Tim Pool saying, this is obvious contract stuff to me. Brett wanted more money. Daily Wire didn't want to pay. Impasse. I don't get why everybody would be so mad. It's not like Brett can't keep doing videos, and she could do another show in the space. Now, what Tim is sharing here is the new Brett Cooper.
So while I just said I have to take everyone at their word on this, it doesn't mean I don't have my suspicions. I mean, it seems like what Benny Johnson and Tim Pool are saying here is that there was some contract issue, money issue. It's very odd, as I think they're about to talk about, the fact that they're putting her producer / maid of honor in her place. And now this is complete hearsay. I saw this in a post somewhere, but my understanding is that they even invested money into giving the quote unquote new Brett Cooper like mannerism lessons, voice inflection lessons on how to mimic Brett Cooper's exact style. Again, I understand that as complete hearsay, but if you watch her, it kind of makes you believe that a little bit more. I mean, their styles are pretty identical, but they are really good friends, so that could be a piece of it too. But with the whole Candace Owens gag order thing, and I guess just because Steven Crowder's contract was so highlighted, in that whole controversy, it just seems like the Daily Wire is super litigious, and gag order seems really severe to me. And this is just my visceral reaction to it. It doesn't mean I'm right at all. Again, I guess I just keep clarifying. I don't know any of this, so I'm speculating, but why would you really need a gag order if you didn't do anything wrong? I could understand a gag order if, and maybe Candace Owens did this, if someone was out there flat out lying or defaming your business. So maybe that's the case, but just gag order seems extreme. The silence around all these things seems extreme, and it seems to attract more attention to the matter than just putting up a video like Brett did, put up a video like Jeremy Boring did, without so much contractual / legal interference. Maybe that's standard practice in the business. I don't know. I know my commentary is probably the worst here because I'm just speculating, but hopefully some of you can relate to what I'm saying because I just don't know, but something just feels off. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Who has been replaced on the pretty much the same set, I believe, or a very similar set. Apparently she got acting classes to look just like, to act and talk just like Brett Cooper. Her name's Reagan, and she was Brett's maid of honor, and somebody who was very close to her. She worked on the show for like 3 years, for quite a while. Now, I don't know this person. I've never met this person. I got nothing against really anybody here. Again, I have no dog in this fight. But I will tell you that given the fact that the show is called The Comment Section, it behooved us to head on over to the comment section because this is Reagan's first show. Apparently, and we checked this, and it seems to be true, Brett Cooper has unfollowed the show, unfollowed this individual who's taken her spot at the show. And that doesn't seem amicable, right? Again, the dust-up with Candace and the dust-up with Steven Crowder were quite public and quite violent, metaphorically. And this seems to be, again, something that isn't super amicable.
Now, I do have some empathy for the young lady Reagan that took over for Brett Cooper because I feel like that she's been put in the middle of Brett and the Daily Wire, and she may receive some unnecessary shrapnel from this whole blowout. And as I keep saying, this whole thing just seems off to me, shady, whatever word you want to use. Benny makes some good points. It happened abruptly. I didn't know that Brett Cooper unfollowed, I guess, her best friend and the show. That's certainly not concrete evidence of hard feelings, but it's certainly an indicator that something wasn't amicable. So I'm just going to throw this one to you all. What do you think is going on? Was it a contract dispute and Brett just wasn't getting the money she felt she deserved? Why did they replace her with her best friend? I mean, maybe that's just because she knows the show as well as anyone. I don't know. I don't even know what to ask. I'm asking you all. I really would like to hear in the comments. What do you think of this whole thing? It's as you can tell from my entire commentary here, I'm just confused by it. So let us know what you think. Anyway, that's it for this video. As always, we really appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.